Introduction to DBMS, Database System Concept and its Architecture. What are data model schema and instances? What is data independence and database language and its interface? What is the use of data definition language and data manipulation language? And what is the overall database structure? Hello everyone, I am Sukanya from Go EduHub Technologies, and in this video we are going to discuss briefly about DBMS. So DBMS consists of the very basic keyword, that is data, and data is originated from the word datum. That means a single piece of information. The collection of data is later on stored in databases, and database is an organized collection of data which can be easily accessed and managed. You can organize data into tables such as rows, columns, and indexes to make it much easier for use and relevant information to be found out easily. Database management system store data in such a way that it becomes easier to retrieve, manipulate, and produce the information. There are several functions of database, those are listed here. And the very first function is data abstraction and independence. Second is data security. Security is very important feature or function of DBMS. If your data is not secure, then there is no meaning of storing particular set of data. Locking mechanism for concurrent tasks during the transactions. Robust data integrity capabilities. Logging and auditing of activity of user while any transaction is being carried out. Simple access using the standard API and uniform administration procedure of data are the various functions of DBMS. There are several characteristics of DBMS system. Those are real world entity. A real world entity is known as which is having a particular existence in the real world as it uses the behavior and the attributes too. For example, if you have a school database, you may use student as a particular entity, and then you could have those entities various attributes. Those are name, last name, roll number, address, phone number, marks, and etc. Relation based table. DBMS allows entities and relation among them to form tables. All the data that you are storing in any DBMS system is stored in a relation based table with the help of columns and rows. Better data transferring. Data management creates a place where user have advantage of more and better managed data. The data security is very important, which I have further said that a large number of data is being processed in day-to-day life and it keeps on increasing day by day. So there is an increase in risk of data security, and it is the most important feature or characteristic so that your data is safe, your data is having a certain amount of data privacy and security policies so that it helps the company to improve the data security. Less redundancy is an important characteristic of DBMS. All the redundant data has been removed with the help of normalization, which we are going to discuss in our upcoming videos. Minimize data inconsistency. Data inconsistency occur when the file have different versions of same data appearing in different places. Those type of inconsistency needs to be reduced. For example, if a person John Wayne has a certain amount of price of product, that is $86, and similarly a person is having showing other rate of that particular product, then it is a inconsistent data. So these are inconsistencies has been reduced with the help of DBMS. The acid properties. Acid is basically an acronym of the first letters of atomicity, consistency, isolation, and then durability. That is normally shortened as acid, or we know as acid properties. These are used in TCL command, transaction control language command of DBMS. Now, what is the basic difference between file system and DBMS? DBMS is basically a collection of data, whereas file system is where you have to write the procedure for maintaining that collection of data. DBMS gives an abstract view, or it hides the details which are not necessary for the user to view, whereas in file system, detail of data representation has been given to the user. DBMS provides a good crash recovery mechanism. There is a rollback mechanism for it, but file system doesn't provide any crash mechanism to its users. DBMS provides a good protection mechanism also. It is very difficult to protect a file under the file system. There are wide range and varieties of commands or statement which can be used under DBMSs for sophisticated techniques of data retrieval. Whereas in file system, you can efficiently store data, but retrieval process is much harder. That is not quite efficient. DBMS take care of concurrent access of data for some form of locking. It has locking mechanism, whereas file system doesn't have any concurrent access or any locking mechanism for its concurrent user access. Now, what is RDBMS? That is Relational Database Management System. It is an advanced version of database management system. The differences are given here. You can refer it from the tutorial. Next is the data architecture. What is a data architecture? So architecture is basically which helps in the design, development, implementation and maintenance of a particular database. A database stored critical information for the business, so the retrieval process or the architecture process had to be made more efficient according to that, and it must be a robust architecture. There are three types of architecture: one tier, two tier and three tier architecture. One tier architecture is the very simple form of architecture in which the client, server and the database reside in particular machine only, in the same machine, but it doesn't gives us a lot of variety, so it is rarely used in the production units. Say two-level architecture is made when the database system is present in the server machine and the application is present in the client machine, and there is a link in between with the help of an application connection. It can be JDBC or ODBC. The three-tier architecture is another layer of architecture in which the database directly doesn't communicates with the system or the server, but it communicates via the client application through the server application of the database which is present at the server side. There are two types of data independence, that is logic level and the physical data independence. The differences have been given here. Now this is a database architecture. In single tier there is a client which is user. In two-tier architecture, there is a web server and the application server having some application logic which may be developed with the help of JDBC and ODBC. And in three-tier architecture, there is a database server which is consisting of DBMS, and it consists of various database. The client requests via the web server and the database server responds via web server. This is how the whole architecture is based and how the communication basically happens in three-tier architecture consisting of all architectures. Next is relational data model, or what are data models? There are four types of data models mentioned in DBMS. Those are relational data models, entity relationship data model, object-based data model and semi-structured data model. The basic view of this model is to represent or to design the data, that how a data is to be stored. The relational data model, which is used in relational database management system, in this the data is designed in such a way so that it gets stored in the form of tuples and their respective attributes in the form of columns and rows, and the table are called here relation. Similarly, in entity relationship data model, there are respective entity and there is certain sort of relationship between all the entities, and those sort of model is known as ER data model or entity relationship data model. It is a logical representation of data object and relationships among them. The object-based data model, all the data carrying its property is referred here as an object. That's why it is known as an object data model. Semi-structured data model is quite used in XML, that is extensible markup language, and it is widely used for representing all the semi-structured form of data. Now, what is a database schema and what is a database instance? The database instance is a data which is stored in a database at particular moment of time. At a particular instant of time, if any data is stored, then that is known as a database instant. Whereas schema is the design of database, the overall structure of database, how it's going to view to the user, that is defined under database schema. And now there are three types of schema: the physical, the logical schema and the view level schema. The physical schema is actually a building block of how a database is being made. The blocks of storage are described in this label. Logical schema is basically the working of programmers and the DBAs, database administrator, works at this particular level. They know the data structure and how many data records and what certain type of data record get stored. Whereas in view level schema, the design of database at view level is called view level schema. It shows the interaction of client with the database system. Next is the set of DBMS languages. Now, DBMS languages are used to read, update, and store particular data in databases. For that, we have four set of language, that is DDL, data definition language, DML, data manipulation language, DCL, that is data control language, and finally TCL, that is transaction control language. Transaction control language follows the property of ACID properties, atomicity, consistency, isolation, and durability during a proper transaction. Now in DDL, it is basically the definition of data, those set of commands which are required to create a database, create a table, or if you want to alter them, drop them, or if you want to rename a particular set of tables. If you want to create a particular new database, then you can use the command create database and the name of database. Similarly, for the creation of table, you can use the command create table, the name of table, its respective fields along with the data type, and if any constraint you want to give, you can mention after that. Similarly, for altering the existing table, you can use the alter command. If you want to add another column, or if you want to modify the data size, or if you want to modify the data type, then you can do that with the help of alter command. You can drop or particular a database or a table with the help of drop command. Before dropping, you can do rename for changing the name of any particular table. Truncate, how is truncate different from drop? Truncate eliminates the database instance. It eliminates the entries in the particular database, whereas drop database permanently deletes the database from the system. Similarly, data manipulation language, the DML language is used to manipulate the database, like inserting data, updating data, or retrieving data from any record table. For retrieving, you can use select command, that is select asterisk from table name. For inserting data, you can insert data in a particular table or in its respective columns according to your own convenience. Similarly, you can update the data by using set and where clause, and you can delete the data with the help of where clause also. Data control language is basically when you grant a privilege to the user or you revoke the privilege from the user. For example, if you want to give a particular user, which is localhost, and you are giving him or her privileges on a particular database, and then you flush those privileges with the help of grant command. Similarly, you can revoke or take back the privileges with the help of revoke command. The TCL set of languages are used, and those are used for transaction control. For the management of various transactions in a database, we use TCL control language. The very first set of command here is commit command for saving of work. You can start a transaction, you can insert the value, and if you insert the commit or if you execute the commit query, then you get automatically out of your database command line. Why? Because you have saved your work and it has logged out you. Similarly, you can use save point, those points where you can roll back later during a transaction, those are known as save point. And rollback helps you to undo, to roll back the commit statement, and it restore you back to the last commit. So in this video, we have learned about what is database, what is the difference between database and file system, how RDBMS is different from DBMS, what is instance, what is a schema, and what is data definition, manipulation, transaction control, or session control language. For more queries and tutorials, we will look into other videos. Thank you.